All right, now I want you to take a look at this image, all right? You've probably seen it a few times this week, but take a closer look. It's one of the officers who was there when Gates was led away. Himself, African-American. He is one of two African-American officers we've learned who have talked, by the way, to our Don Lemon this afternoon. I want you to take a listen to what he said.
From what I seen, and I was there, he did nothing wrong. This situation right here was not a racial motivated situation.
And you know, people, obviously, they're going to pay closer attention to you because you're an African-American man. I'm just being honest. And you're supporting this white officer that has been put out there by some that he was, you know, racially profiling Dr. Gates. They're going to pay attention to you.
I hope they would. They called him, I heard one of the comments, a rogue cop. There's nothing rogue about him. He was doing his job.
There has been a tremendous rush to judgment. And I think the thing to be learned, first and foremost from this, is to look at all of the evidence, to consider all, to weigh all. I think Professor Gates has done a very good job of filling up a very effective smokescreen. Calling race into this, it had nothing to do with it.
And the president?
It's unfortunate. I supported him. I voted for him. I will not again.
What do you want people around the country to know who may have already made up their mind about Sergeant Jimmy Crowley?
Keep their minds open and realize that we would not support someone that we felt wronged someone else. We took this job to do the right thing. We all took this job to do the right thing. We would not support anyone in blue doing the wrong thing.
I know you can't respond, you can't talk. If you could.
That's good stuff. Don Lemon joining us now live. You know what is interesting about this case is we watch it. In the past, when you and I have covered these kind of cases, we're lucky if we can get the cop who's accused. We're lucky if we can get his attorney to talk to us. It's impossible to get the cop to talk to us, and usually his peers don't come forward like this. So there is something extraordinary about this case where they're all standing shoulder to shoulder, and the officer himself is out there visibly talking to the media. That does count for something, doesn't it?
It does, and I was going to say, what do you say after that? I mean, do you and I really need to have a conversation that those words are so powerful, especially coming from two African-American officers? The first gentleman you saw there, Leon Leshley, 26-year veteran of this department. The young lady that you saw there, Miss King, Kelly King, she is a 11-year veteran of the department, so she's been there for a long time, 9 years, I should say. She's been at the department for a long time. But yeah, it's tough. And you know, it was tough to get those guys and girls, or men and women to talk. I had to earn their confidence. I had to talk to them. I tell them I'm going to be fair. I'm going to listen to your side. And they said to me, you know what, Don? We've heard a lot about what Professor Gates had to say. We've heard a lot about him, but we want our story out. And as you heard, Rick, they said we would not be supporting someone who we think would harm someone. And they said that Sergeant Crowley would never do that. And by the way, I have to say this, Sergeant Crowley was handpicked by a former African-American police commissioner here who is now retired to teach classes on how not to racially profile suspects, black people, Hispanic people. So, it's tough. And I got to tell you, I did speak with the attorney, Ogletree, tonight, and he said that he's happy the president intervened. And again, I emailed Professor Gates, and he says he's happy and they all want to work this out.
It's amazing. He's been teaching the class for 5 years. And in the end, there's something about a story like this. I think we all get so tuned in on it. I think in the end, it'll probably make us all a little bit better if it really opens up a discussion. Don Lemon's been all over it.
It's good. Good will come out of this, Rick. Good will come out of it.
I think so. I think so. All right. Thanks a lot, my friend. We're getting some disturbing